Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake. Man, I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're going to be speaking on two Chiraq savages that beat, chased down, and killed a 16-year-old boy over a haircut. Now, Chicago, Chiraq, y'all know what time it is. Any story coming out of Chicago is bound to have guns, death, and a whole lot of dissing. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on two Hispanic gangs that have been warring for years, and a recent shooting that took the life of a 16-year-old boy. The Latin Kings are well known throughout the United States and really need little to no introduction. In my experience inside of the Florida Department of Corrections, the Kings are one of the most respected organizations based on how they carry and discipline themselves. But they're also known for being one of the most organized and trained to go. The Kings' presence in Chicago has been around for generations, and the war with the rival 2-6 gang has amounted to countless losses on both sides. February 26, 2021, around 8:45 p.m., 16-year-old Julian Castillo was over a friend's house in the 6300 block of South Richmond Street by Marquette Park on Chicago's southwest side. He was cutting a friend's hair in a lower floor apartment within the building when his friend decided to go upstairs to get water. 20-year-old Sergio Rodriguez, a known member of the Latin Kings, was upstairs and immediately recognized the haircut as a style worn by rival 2-6 members. He pulled out a black handgun with an extended magazine, chasing the kid downstairs where he saw Julian, the one who gave him the haircut. He pressed Julian, asking him what he bangs, and Julian responded by saying 2-6. Sergio started beating the 16-year-old, repeatedly striking him in the face, stating he hates 2-6 and that 2-6 killed his boy. Julian was able to break away and run outside, but was chased down by another known Latin King named Jesus Moro, who caught Julian half a block down from the building he ran from and opened fire. A shot spotter detected 17 gunshots, 10 spent shell casings were found at the scene, and Julian was shot multiple times. Sergio pushed the other 2-6 member back into the building who had got the haircut, but he was able to identify Jesus as wearing a white hoodie and holding the black gun with the extended magazine that Sergio chased him down the stairs with. The actual shooting was caught on camera. A man in a white hoodie can be seen firing, and as Julian tried to get up after being shot so many times, Sergio ran up and punched him back down, while someone else asked Jesus what he had just done, and he just laughed. Julian's friend, who got the haircut that started all of this, stayed by Julian's side until police arrived, and Julian later died in the hospital. Sergio was found hiding in the trunk of a Chevy Malibu that had blood on it. Officers break in the car window to unlock the trunk door, and Jesus was found in the second floor bathroom of the apartment building on Richmond Street. Jesus was out on bond at the time for reckless discharge of a firearm. Both of those arrested were already convicted felons and are now being held in the Cook County Jail on murder charges without bond. There's so many videos online posted of Kings running down on 2-6, 2-6 running down on Kings, and the amount of bodies behind this war is crazy. But it just goes to show the hatred is real, and even a haircut can get you beaten, chased down, and killed. Julian's father took to Facebook leaving short messages over his son's death, and it's safe to assume his dad is also gangbanging. While Jesus Moro, also known as Shorty B, the man alleged to have actually killed Julian, is letting it be known all throughout social media who he is, what he claims, and these posts go back a few years. But none of this is new. This is Chicago, and your bloodline could come from the same land, but when you grow up in Chicago, none of that matters. You either gang or an op, and you better not get caught lacking. Now, when I first went through this story, and honestly how the news presented the story, especially with the pictures, is that this 16-year-old kid was like an innocent bystander, which he honestly wasn't. He was repping 2-6. Does he look like the toughest kid? No, but he was 16. I mean, how many kids at 16 look tough except for fucking Mike Tyson? But regardless of his age, of his affiliation, whether his dad was gangbanging and that had a influence on him deciding to throw up the set, this and that. It's a fucking shame that a 16-year-old got gunned down. And to be honest with you, when I was inside of prison, the youth offender prisons, 14 to 24 years old, we had one 15-year-old at Lancaster. He went inside and beat on him, right? If you beefed with him, you were immediately considered pussy. Because most of us were 18, 19, 20, 21, etc. You beef with somebody that much younger than you, it's looked at as weak. Imagine being in college and you're running down on a sophomore in high school. That shit doesn't really get respect, but at the end of the day, this is Chicago. Gang banging is different. It doesn't fucking matter how old you are. If you're repping it, you can die about it, and that's literally just how it is. So many motherfuckers over there done lost people to this shit. The hatred is so real, they're not considering your age. They're not considering the baby you got on the way. They're not considering none of that. They just want to smoke you. And after that, they're going to roll you up and really smoke you. This shit is insane out there. And Chicago has had such a big influence after the breakthrough with the music that every city around the US is literally trying to emulate Chicago. Everybody's smoking dead ops. Everybody's trying to do this and that. I ain't lacking. I got this on me. All this extra shit that people weren't doing before the Chief Keefs and everyone else. And the saddest thing about it is everybody wants to be a killer. But on the low, everybody wants to have dead homies. Some of y'all that's watching this video might have a couple of people in your circle that can't wait until you fucking die. Why? Because they're not really in that life. They're not really slanging any iron. They're not catching cases. They're not going at it with people in the jails and cutting shit in prison. They're not doing none of that. But when you die for living that life, they get to put you on their Instagram, on their Facebook. RIP my dog, da-da-da, for my dead homies, on blah, blah, blah's grave, all that shit, right? Because it presents the image that they're in that lifestyle. They're taking losses. They're getting get back when they're really not doing shit. The majority of what you see is fake. The majority is people trying to portray a lifestyle, while the real ones are suffering from the lifestyle. They're either suffering in jail or their family's suffering because they're already dead and gone. And the very few that make it and become celebrities, shout out to them if they changed it up. If you became rich and famous only to continue that gangbanging shit and still fall victim after you made millions, it's almost pointless. Now everybody know I got a shitload of king homies. That ain't nothing new. But out of respect, I'm not biased when I make these videos. I always post a GoFundMe if there is a GoFundMe available for the victims within the cases. I'm gonna have Julian Castillo's GoFundMe posted in the comment section if anybody wants to help out with funeral expenses. But hey, it's 10 out of Jake. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. Till next time.